Hi technicians, it's Jen from Draftline. We're super excited to have you guys at Tapped joining the team. We're here to support you, help you work through any issues you have using the mobile application. So let's get started. My understanding is that you have all gone to the App Store, you're all on iOS devices, and you've downloaded the mobile application to your phone. That includes on the login page to the app, you have input your email address and password. That will log you into the system and you will see your trips for the day. Something that I would like us to all try and do, because we don't have your avatars, is you see the three bars at the top left? Click on that and that's going to bring across your overview page. I want you to hit the little icon where the camera is, excuse me, next to the blue picture of the head. That will enable you to take your avatar or choose a photo from your camera roll. And that will upload as your avatar for Draftline. And it will also show on the dashboard so we can all identify you very quickly. So for today's example, I wanted to use one of your actual routes, and we'll start with Bloom Saloon. And you don't necessarily have to run your route in order of the day as it appears. Over time, we may refine that and you say, okay, we need to move something to the first order, another trip to the end of the day. That's totally fine, and that's very helpful if we get to that when we have another technician who's going to fill in for you. So for right now, as we discussed before, we want to be very concerned about running the trips on the day that they are supposed to be completed. That is our biggest concern right now because we're billing by faucet. We need to make sure that we can track every single faucet as quickly as and efficiently as possible as we move throughout these startup 3 weeks. So let's click on the first trip, Bloom Saloon. When you get to a location, the first thing that we want you to do is take a look at the overview page, which you see here. Sometimes there won't be photos if there aren't any on Google Maps. And we are going to go to the second page, which is tasks. So at the bottom of the screen, this is where you guys are going to navigate from. You'll see info, tasks, notes, system, expenses. We're going to go click on tasks. When you arrive in the parking lot prior to unloading all of your goodies, you are going to check into a location. It serves a lot of purposes. The main thing is if we ever have to send a report to a client where they see our check-in and checkout time, because that's the way a lot of our reports are generated, we want to have a very good time accounting so they know exactly how long it takes to clean that location. And also, if we ever do another reroute, we know what another technician can expect to complete that trip in what amount of time. So we are going to click on the gray circle, which is your line cleaning checklist. For this particular location, we have a direct draw system. We're going to click on that, and this is going to take us to all of our options. First 4 steps, no matter if you're recircing or static cleaning, are always going to be regular maintenance. For you guys, we're doing static, and currently we're not on an acid cycle, so you are never going to click that. So let's click on the round green circle with the checkbox. That's going to pop you back to your overview page. Now, you will start to work on the checklist typically after the service is mostly complete. Maybe when you're waiting for the soak to finish up, make sure the chemicals got enough contact time, and then you're going to get into the checklist. So the first thing when you get there, you check in, and then you kind of put your phone away for a while, finish up the service, and then that's when we would expect you to come back to work on your checklist. So for the second items for you guys, we're going to go to the faucets and click on the kind of orange circle. We will say all of the following are completed, and this is just all the steps that you're going to go through. Now for you guys, it's going to be very rare if you would apply this to all 8 faucets. For you, at Tapped, you're just cleaning the faucets that belong to distributors you clean for. So for instance, Lagunitas, Sierra Nevada, Stella. That's it. We're not going to apply to all. This is very important when we go into billing. We have to be very accurate on this portion. So let's click the green checkbox. So typically you're going to see more faucets than you're cleaning in a location. We have notes, and you can send a note back to the dashboard. This is a great place to tell us if an account needs service, if there's a problem with the system builder, if it's air cooled, not glycol, if we need 8 more faucets, something like that. You can also add photos from this page. You can take new photos. You can add photos from your camera roll. These all show up on the dashboard. They all save to the trip. It's great, great, great record keeping if you decide to do that. So the next screen is System. Click on System, and this is where we are going to enter the infamous faucet changes. Now, couple of things. If you get to a large account and you have many, many faucets to be entered, I would say 15 or more, that's an instance where I need you to call Rebecca or Ellie and say, ladies, can you please add these faucets while I'm on site? Because they can do that, and you can refresh your screen like that and they'll pop up for you, and then you enter the brands quickly. If you have an account that's 20 or more, 30 or more, 50 or more brands that we need to track, we need you to call us first. We will enter those extra faucets and either figure out a way to get a photo to us so we can enter the brands and help you along your way so you don't get bogged down throughout the day. Now, that is not going to be the majority of your accounts. It's going to be fine 90% of the time, but through these first 3 weeks. So, to do a faucet change request, this particular account on most of the faucets already has the brand's input. You'll see down at the bottom of the screen, faucet 7, faucet 8 are currently empty. My guess is that these are brands that the technician is currently tracking. And I know this tech's not on the mobile app, so it must have been from a previous technician that worked for TAP. So we are going to take our finger and slide across anchor. We will click on that, and we are going to back out what is there currently and input the new brands. And let's say Budweiser. And right there it'll pop up on the list. Again, Budweiser. Now we're tracking actually from this middle box, so that's the one that's really crucial that we get right. And here we have DBI. We're going to leave that because maybe DBI is the Budweiser distributor. We always want to be tracking the brand, and in any instance where we have reliable information, we always want to input the distributors. In this case, it's DBI. We pull tons and tons of reports, and we can also pull discrepancy reports to help you guys on the dashboard side. So we always want to have this information wherever available. So you click OK, and that's it. And you just will literally go down the list. And again, Sierra Nevada is now changed to Stone. We back this out. And some of you will have information in here because we've been on the system for a while. Some of you will not because the accounts were not in the system previously. So Stone. And we'll leave Montegrano as the distributor, assuming that's true. I don't know that that's actually true. And we'll click OK. Now, if the system builder information is not correct and you need more faucets than are there, we have the flexibility to scroll across where it says tower and add a faucet to each of the towers. So if there were multiple towers and you needed to add multiple faucets, you would do that on a per tower basis. When you do that, you click the plus sign, and you are simply going to input the brand that we need to add to the tail end of that tower. So for here, we will say Lagunitas. Okay. And again, I should have gone down and checked the distributor. And we're going to find some mistakes like that too. Anything you guys input in here, you say, oh, that was a mistake. You either call us and let us know, or we try to find it through our reporting. And again, to add a faucet to Tower 1, click the plus sign and just input the brand. Again, next, and let's say it's DBI. Okay, and that's going to send it right back to the dashboard. So it's very easy. We don't like to have too many notes in the faucet section. You can add a note down here, but we like you to try and match up your edits of faucets sequentially, and also if you're adding faucets sequentially, right in order. It's always when you walk into a location, I should say when you walk into a location that has a bar, when you are standing at the bar looking at the faucet, the bartender view, you're always going to go left to right. So it's always left to right, tracking the brands. Anytime we label in draft, it's left to right as you're staring at it, the bartender view. So we get a lot of questions on that. Again, I already hit on if you have a bunch of faucet changes, call us. You're going to have the phone numbers on your startup info as well. At the end of the day, you guys will have route change forms. Anything that needs to be changed on your route, because we have so many technicians at your service center, we like to have you add it on the route change form, just handwritten. Take a picture of it and email us. Email that route change form to support@draftlinesmartsystem.com. The reason why we do that is we always don't make the changes on the same day. Sometimes it's a day or two or three later because we have so much coming at us all at one time. We can't catch up on everything. And it's okay because you're not going to be out there for 3 more weeks. So keep our phone numbers handy. Keep the email address handy. I want everybody to have 15 copies of the route change form to get you through the first 3 weeks. Try and stick on the day that you're supposed to be cleaning. If we have a preponderance of things that need to be moved, you have to call us and let us know, and we'll physically move them to the next day for you so we can keep our reporting on every single day, especially as we move through these first 3 weeks. Those of you that are exceptions to the rule, which in my estimation you all are, we will cover that as we go, and you just need to stay in good communication with us, and we can help you. If you're talking to us, we can help you through it and make it easier on everybody in the end. So, when your service is totally completed, you are going to be back at this page. And let me say this too, where it says line partially completed and faucet partially completed, the majority of your accounts and locations are going to read like this because you're not doing an acid cycle every time, so that's one step that wouldn't be completed, obviously. And you're typically not cleaning every single faucet. So we know that that will say partially completed. We have no problem with that. This is just an efficiency indicator for you guys, so you do not have to scroll back and forth between the screens to see, oh, did I mark all that stuff? So don't worry. So when you're back to the tasks page, totally finished with your service, everything is loaded up on your truck. What we want you to do is check out. And this is the blue circle with the arrow. You're going to click on that, and this is going to bring up your checkout options. And this is how we're filtering your end of day reports. So I need you guys to really pay attention here. When you are the foreman for the trip, and if there's only one technician, you're always the foreman, and you hit the checkout button, the options are going to pop up like this: completed, partially completed, no work performed, and cancel. 95% of the trips will be completed for obvious reasons. Partially completed, for instance, would be a stadium, a casino, some large venue where you got half of it done, for example, and you have to go back the next day and finish the rest. So that's color coded that we know you have to go back. No work performed are for those special cases when we show up ready to do our job with all of our supplies, and for whatever reason they turn us away. So it could be they have no gas, it could be they have no time, it could be they have a lunch rush. That is no work performed. We do not count those against you, but we do watch for them over the course of time to make sure that locations are not abusing the fact that they can turn you away. And cancel is for something that's basically seasonal or closed permanently. So typically you're going to click on completed. And That will take you back to your route list. Once this refreshes, you will see that Bloom Saloon now has a little green checkbox. And I will show you one other thing. When you check in and you go back to your overview page and this refreshes, it will show you, okay, your progress, your status indicators for the day. So always make sure you're checked out and you set a finished status for your trips for the day. And you can use this to follow your progress throughout the day as you scroll through all your trips. If you have any questions, like I said, keep our number close, keep the email close. We will help you along the way, and we can't wait to get you started. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.